Hello, Rhoda here. Welcome to my craft room. Today I'm going to show you a few little journals I've got to make to take down to the shop. I'm calling them a build-a-journal, and I think I've seen other people have that out on their websites, but it's just a simple, inexpensive journal for someone to start with, and they'll be able to build in it. They'll be able to take some of my ephemera I make and put in it. They can decorate it up as they see fit. I might have little ephemera folders for them to purchase, and then they can decorate it to their style. It'll be along those lines. Well, this is a Stamperia pack. Let me find. Here's one I'm going to show you how to actually make it. But, oh, this is not the right one. Sorry, I'm over here digging. Okay, it's this one. It's the House of Roses. And I never could really figure out what I wanted to do with it. So this is the pack that we're going to work with. And I thought, well, for a single page little journal, it works great. I mean, it's about a month long that they can write in it each day and that kind of thing. Now, I went last night and I made up these. They're like a stretchy piece of elastic, and it's got a Velcro closure on each side. And just so it was kind of pretty on the front, I put like these little roses on it. So that's what I did there. And then I have this that I got from Hobby Lobby for $1.49. And I think I covered about 6 of them with this, and I needed that for the last one. And I also got that pink string elasticized from there. I hit them just right one day, and they were cleaning off all of the lace section, and they were redoing it. So man, I got a good deal. So let me show you what one of them looks like inside. It's got a fold over, so it's got a pocket front and back, and then I have 4 pages that are like from one of those thin papers, like the Theodosia Square or whatever from Hobby Lobby, just to give them some pattern. Now they can take this and cover with something I've made, or they can stencil, they can collage, they can do whatever they want to with it. But a lot of these are my own papers. Actually, that all are my own. I tea dyed, or I icing gel dyed, or something along those lines. And then, it's really pretty front and back. And then, the back has a pocket as well. Some of these pockets inside, I may have to do something to cover. One of them in particular, they almost all worked out just right. This is a 12 by 12, and all I did was fold it over either 2.5 or 3 inches. And like with this one, I think this one is the one I have to fix, because it was like, it had the word at the top, but I think we're okay. I like the little bird and the fence and all that. But when you get in here, you can see the feet of the chair. That works okay. But the feet of the chair, and then that, yeah, I've got to fix that. So I have a few little pieces and parts up here that's left of the kit. It's a few journal cards, a few little tags, and at least one circle. So we're going to use those and try to hide that. I will stick that on the very top, so I know I need to do something with it. But I thought, oh, well, these would be nice little pieces to take down for them to start with. Now I've picked this one out because we need to make a pocket here, because this one's really plain. It's just like, I guess it was a writing page. And then I have this one picked out for this page, because it has nothing on top, and it was just, everything was on the bottom. The back is pretty. If that would have been on the front, I wouldn't have worried about it. And this one's the same. You just got a lot of pink in the middle and nothing else. So we're going to do a little something with the front of those. And this one, I had to fix the inside. So we got a few little things to do. And let me start by showing you what I need to do to put these together. So what it is I picked out 4 of these pages from Theodosia, and they were 12 by 12, so I cut them down to the pattern. I wanted a certain pattern, so I wanted these roses, so I cut that out. Then I arranged all of my dyed papers in a certain pattern, and so that's what you got to do first. Then what we're going to do is I'm going to turn the stack upside down, and I'm going to start folding them in half. They're all 8.5 by 11. Or actually, some of these, I made them a little bit taller. So let me see. Yeah, these are 9. So some of them I made 9 inches tall because the cover was 9.5. And that was the reason. Oh, I folded that wrong. I wanted the inside one to be facing out. There we go. Because it's only one signature. These are the easiest little journals you ever seen. So all you got to do is you're going to keep folding. Some of my little dyed pages are not very cooperative. And you just keep stacking them. And then you're also going to make sure that they're all kind of arranged correctly. Like, see, that one's a little taller, so we're going to make sure that that's in here a little bit better. Like you got a little on the top and a little in the bottom. There we go. And then all these are mostly the same size, but sometimes they're not. Like right there. That's a little different. So you want to try to balance them all out. Now, in some cases, some people will take and stagger them, which is just as fine. So this is all you got to do. You just got to keep putting the next one on. Try to find the center. And just keep going. And all of these patterned ones are all exactly the same. So they're going to all be balanced out exactly in the same position, like right there. So let me finish folding these. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm getting down to the very last pages. I usually stack all of my dyed ones together, and then I'll tuck them into here. But I need to get out there and do some more dyeing on the sidewalk, the deck, to do some real fancy ones. The oven's great, but, you know, it's not like baking them in the sun. Certain ones are perfect for that. Okay, now what we need to do here is get paper clips. Now this is a paper clip on steroids. I don't know exactly where I got these. I know I've seen paper clips at Hobby Lobby. So you can get some there. It's usually up there on those little 4-ways at the very front. Okay, so what you want to do is make sure all your corners are nested into the center. Make sure all your pages are where you want them to be. And then you start putting your 4 paper clips on here. And I usually go in opposite directions. I'll do that one, and then I'll come down here and make sure all those are meeting. And then I'll go in here like this. Then I'll go to the opposite side. Oops. And then I'll do the last one. Okay. Now this, you know, to you die-hard crafters, this is not going to be exciting at all. But, you know, you might like to see what the next person does. Now, what I want to do next is I want to find my pencil. It's hiding up here. And what you want to do is find your center. And I love these Tim Holtz rulers because of that feature on the one side. And you want to go out 4.5 on each end. And I'm going to put me a hole right there. And then I usually go up to 3. And then 3 down here. And this is what they call the 3-hole pamphlet stitch. And so that part is ready to be punched. Now over here, I wanted to show you how I actually did the 12 by 12. And this was the front of the piece, but I thought I could get away with putting this scrap piece of paper over that, and it'll work. I'll make it work. But it had that on the back, so that is going to be my cover. And this is the inside. So you can see I scored down the very center of it. I don't know if you can see that score line. I scored down the very center, so it's 6 and 6. And then I scored at 2.5. And I knew that that would look okay once it was wrapped around. See, it doesn't even look like it's upside down. So that's what I was going for there. Now what I want to do is fold it in half. And then we're going to cut this center out down here up to that score line. Because we want to get that bulk out of there. And all you're doing is you're cutting like a little hair off of both sides. Doesn't have to be too big, but if you make it a little bigger than it should be, I'm going to get the little scissors. Because we're going to go in here right above the score line and snip it. And then we're going to go in and finish that piece. There. Actually, I need to do it a little bit. There we go. Now, that part's done. Now, I said this was my center. So what I want to do is reinforce this. This paper is all there is to this. So, you know, opening, closing, it's going to have a lot of wear and tear. So I want to put this piece of washi. It'll go with it. We're going to go right down the center. I would go with just a glue stick, but I really want to make sure this sticks. So I'm going to go a little bit over each side of the score line to put a bunch of glue so I can adhere my washi. So I'm sure it's going to stay. And I could make that straight on the end. Would help. All right. Let me start it right here. And go all the way up. And then I'll cut it off. Now rub it in really good. Make sure it's in there and adhering to the glue. Alright, we're going to cut that right there. Oop, that was a little crooked, wasn't it? I don't think it'll make much difference. I want to thank everybody for coming to visit. Coming to spend a little time with me. Hang out. Give me a little wear and tear on the on the video views. Yeah. All right, so now you can leave your corners square. There's no problem in that. But I like to round mine off. I didn't round the bottom. I only rounded the top. And I'm good with that. So there we go. Now what I want to do is put this piece of paper in here to cover just that. Okay, so we're going to put all of our glue on the back side of this, and then we're going to have to refold it to retrain it. Okay, and this little thin piece of paper, I shouldn't need to worry about it. It's being bulky, you know, to mess up the fold in the spine area, so we're good. Okay. Make sure you get all your edges real good. Okay, now I'm going to put this down and line it up right there. And then we're going to smooth it down. There we go. Now this bottom part's going to get covered up, so we won't have to worry about that. And I don't think this had a pattern to it that went one way or the other. So if it looks like it's upside down, it really isn't. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to glue up. Where's my, yeah, can make sure I press that down real good. We're going to fold up our pocket, and we're just going to do the outside edge of it. That's all you need to do. And there. And you might have to wipe it, because if you put a little bit extra glue in there like I usually do, it likes to seep out. All right, I'll get the next one down. Okay. And you can see right here how it gives a good gap, so your spine is not, you know, bunched up with a bunch of paper. That's what always messes up when you put a book together and you don't leave the space for that. I think I need to trim this edge. Yeah, I'm stuck over a little bit with that paper. That is fine. I'm not doing any inking on here. You're probably saying, oh, thank goodness. I didn't think I needed to. All right, now, the next order of business is to refold this. See, I need to train that. And if I get that right there in the center, I think I'll be okay. There. All right, let's see how she works. Maybe I should have bit my tongue when I said that wasn't going to affect it. Oh, it's not bad. You just get in there and rub down a little bit and takes it away. There we go. Yeah. Now, that's ready. I just need to measure for my holes here. And I'm going to go ahead and cap my glue. Don't need that at the moment. And you find your center, and usually it's like 4 3/4 on the actual cover. So it's about right here where this paper top is. And then where the Ace of Spades is. And right there. I think I can see that. All right. Now, my homemade method is to use 2 pieces of foam and this pokey tool. That's how I usually do it. So what I'll do is I'll get my pokey tool over here and I just slightly bend it. You want to have a little bit of a crease. And then you poke it right down in there where your dots were. Some people like to have a bigger piece, a bigger hole, I mean. I usually make it work. I have a pair of pliers that I usually will pull through. All right, and this especially, you want it to be bent because it's holding all those angles together. And then you just push your thing down in there. I think that was my other hole. And then here's my other hole. And if you want to check it, all you gotta do is turn it around and see if you're right on your crease. And I am, so we're good. We are good. Now, the next step. This is the fiddly step. This is where you're going to sew it in. So I usually have, I'm thinking this is a cross stitch needle or a, I don't know what kind of needle that is. But my outside, I'm going to go and use cream. Or silver. Maybe that's silver. I'm not really sure. And the way you usually will measure this is you'll go 3 of your length. 1, 2. And I'm not doing 3. I'm only going to do 2.5 because I know I only need that much. I'm only tying a knot. I'm not going to be doing any fancy bow in the middle or anything like that. And actually, we're going from the outside in because I'm going to hide that knot in my lace edge over there. So we're going to go in this way. And I always do it the way Gail, I think it's no scrapbooking with me. I learned from her when I first started watching these videos. And she goes in, she begins in the middle and ends in the middle. So that's the way I do it. Now see, when it gets a little too much, I'll get one of these beading pliers that's got a flat edge right there, and I just put that on my needle and pull. Give it a little wiggle and pull. And I will guarantee you're going to need pliers. All right, now we're going to go through the top. And go through the hole at the top. And get our pliers again. And always make sure this doesn't go all the way through, because then you're going to have to start over again. But I do have to make sure I've got enough to go down to my next section. There. That'll work for now. Now we'll go in the bottom. And go in the hole at the bottom. There. Sometimes it fights you, sometimes it's easy. It just depends on the hole, it depends on the thread. Okay, and when you come back out, see how this one's on this side? You want to be on the other side. That's where you're going to tie your knot, and it's going to tie it right around that piece. Okay, that's done. Now all I got to do is tighten it. I'm going to get in here first with my hands and make sure, okay, I'm trying to get in here, make sure this whole long string at the back is taut, and then I'm going to be pulling my extra inside, and always double check inside and out. And now we're going to pull, and with this stuff, I think this is a leather. I got to watch I don't pull it too hard or it'll snap. I had that happen a few times. All right, so that's done. Now all we got to do is trim that. And yeah, make sure it's right side up. Yes, it is. Take our monster paper clips out. And then our next step will be to put our piece on the end. Okay, and this one, I usually, and I'll put glue on this too so it holds it. I usually will get in here once it runs down, and I know I need at least a half of an inch right here. If you can find a nice flat lace, it'd be perfect for doing books like this. I just happen to have that one from Hobby Lobby, and I love it. It does perfect job. All right, now what I'm going to do is lay this over, and I got a little extra because that was the end of the spool. But I'm going to make sure I'm on my spine, right there in the center where I need to be, and then I'm going to start pushing it down. And I'll do the back side after I get this side set. Okay. And this stuff sets fast. So get in there and work it while you can. All right, now we're going to do the back side. It's fun to do these little things. I'm trying to remember if I have thanked everybody for coming. I think I did. You know, you get into here and you get the video and you can't remember what you've said. I need to get into a certain pattern. I should have welcomed you at the very beginning, so I apologize for that. Oh, but yes, I'm always appreciative of the visits and the comments, the likes, and the subscribes. It's always a pleasure to try to do something that I can help you out with or show you that might be different. And this thing, I must need to fill it up again because it's still doing its volcano trick. But we're good. We'll just do like that. I don't think we need this for anything else. I think it's regular glue from here on out. So we'll just set him back here and let him rest. Now, you see how that did? It kind of hides that knot. And I like that. I saw Jolene from A Jewel Design do that. And I never really had thought about doing it. But I really like it. I really like it. Okay, so this one's together. And all we have to do for this one now is to do, I don't think I really need to do anything to the cover. I like the cover. So all I gotta do is give it its little band to hold it shut. I don't know if I'm getting in here and giving anybody tags or anything like that. I haven't decided that far ahead. I may make a little starter pack to go with it. I'm still debating. I had one more of these over here. This one I haven't put together yet. You can see I had it ready to go. But we're not going to sew another one. I did want to show you, it's got a very plain piece in here, and the piece out here I have decided to go with this. And I need to make a pocket though to go with it. So I have this from Hobby Lobby as well, the Paper Studio, and it's uncharted. It's a lot of little maps, and I love it. It's all these different colors. Sometimes it's very neutral to the point that it doesn't even look like a map. Like, look at that. So I thought those colors went really well. And see, I can just cut it right in half, and it'd be perfect. So let me go cut this in half. Okay, this little piece was 6.5, so I cut it 3 1/4. So I'm going to be using them like that. And I can use this for another one I've got over there as well. And my idea here was, instead of just doing it like that and you can't see anything with the bird or the chair, I'm going to do it what I'm going to call an ice cream scoop pocket. If you know me, I come up with these weird names. So I'm using this roll, and it's just about the right size. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this and I'm going to go down here like this. And I'm going to make it to where it's maybe, yeah, I'm not going to go in like that on the cut. I want it to be just about even Steven. And you can look down the center and see that. All right, so we're going to do that. And then we're going to cut it out. Oh, gosh. And then I'm going to put a little piece of vellum on the back of it. I got the perfect piece for it, too. Now, you can use this little piece here you're cutting out somewhere else. And it doesn't have to be perfect. Just, close as you can get on that line. We don't need perfect. All right, and here's my piece of vellum. Isn't it pretty? It's like a yellow. I think I got that on clearance at Hobby Lobby. But what we're going to do is we're going to put it on there like that. And, I might just use that whole solid piece. So let me just, so it doesn't hinder anywhere, And I don't think there was enough here to do anything else with. I might have a little bit left for another window somewhere. Who knows? Okay, now we're going to go ahead. See how far I need to be. Okay, I don't need to go all the way to the bottom. That's what I was judging. So I need to cut it off about right here. And I can hold it. And then I'm going to do the rest of it with my glue. My glue. Whee! Well, I know I need to get these little guys down to the store. I have been hindered. Hindered with the sciatica. And then I was hindered because I didn't have a computer. And I got that. Yay, yay, yay. I bought me a new one. They unloaded everything from my old one over to my new one. I'm ready to go. I just got to learn 11 now because I was on Windows 10. I hate learning new computer programs. Don't you? I'm an old dog that don't like no new tricks. I got to trim just a little bit off the top. Yeah, and I like it to stay the same. Oh my gosh. Now I am going to hit a little bit on the top because I don't want that white core to show, or this one. So we'll just rub it along the side. We're not really inking, we're just hiding the core. There we go. That's all it took. And I thought that's kind of cute. Look, you can still see it. So we're going to go ahead and put this on here because it's basically empty. There's nothing here. So we're going to do a little piece of glue, a little thread along the outside edge. Try not to get it too far in, especially on the sides, because we want our little journal card to go in there. There we are. We're going to plop it down right here. Whoop, maybe in a little further, sorry. Because of the lace spine. I forgot all about that. So yeah, be sure to take that into consideration. I wouldn't have been decorating this yet, but I want to go ahead while we're on here and have that taken care of. There, see? I thought that would be cute. And then, you know, if you want to might have to hold that down a little longer. If you want to dress up on the edges here, I have these little fussy cuts. I was fussy cutting some stuff out last night. And I don't know, are those colors? I like this journal card. It has a saying, and it's got that tree pattern up here. So that one was perfect for here. I just don't know if any of these have this little guy maybe. He's got like a red to him. I wish he wasn't so small, but that's the one we're going with. So we're just going to put him down here on the bottom, just so we've got something on there. I may later try to find a word like that. Yeah. Yep. I'll be sure to go and show you what these will look like after I get done with them. And what am I, later videos. I usually try to video a couple of days, so hopefully if I get another one done today, I'll have these done, can show you. All right, so that can go in here, and that one's ready. That one has this little thread, and that's what's on my chair over here. Now, what else do I have? I have this one that had the problem inside. Maybe, see right here, and wow, you can't really see where that begins and ends. But I don't know that I need to worry about that. I'm sure they can tell that's a pocket. Let me see. I'll run a little bit of this here, and that, you can see it. Yeah, that makes it pop. Let's do that at the back too. Well, that one's got a thing on it, so that one might not be as bad. It's got like where the cement is showing. All right, now let's figure this out. I've got these. I got this circle, which I don't think I'm going to use there, but then I've got this too. So they're setting out. I've got that. That's kind of pretty. And it really blends in too. And I've got, oh, I've got this little bird here too. He's not on this one, is he? No. I think I'm going to use the bird here. And then the fence one at the back. Sorry, I'm flying around with my hands. No, I'm going to use this one back here. All right. Because see, it kind of reflects this rose right here. I really like that. All right, let's get in here with our glue. And we'll have that one fixed. Now, what I wanted to do is go all the way to the bottom. I'm going to put my finger in here where I want the glue to stop. And you can always stop a little before that and then get back under there. Oh, I'm off the screen. I'm sorry. Oh, yeah. But see, I started right here with the glue. And I'm doing all my edges. And then we're going to put it back down here. And hope for the best. I don't want to get too close to my spine. I want to leave a little bit of room. All right, where's my stinky towel. There we go. Yeah. And just put your finger in there. Make sure you're not gluing it down. And we're doing the same to the front. We're going to put it right there. I'm going to put my fingers right there to know where to stop. And then we're going to get a good bead of glue all the way around. All right. And leave a little bit of room for the spine. Now this will be a cute little piece here because it's giving me another little critter. And you can get, let me get a journal card and show you. Now see, you might want to be wary of that. So to solve that problem, you're going to get in here and maybe lift it up. I don't think it's going to hurt a thing. We're going to lift it up and we're going to go right across the top there. And we're going to put it down. Now we're going to see how that helped. As long as we're not gluing our edges, we're good. Oh, fixed the problem. All right, let's do it to the back. Because I know I didn't get that close back there either. Come on. Just a little bit. I was closer on this one. Okay. There. I think they'll be getting a pretty little book. I'm trying to estimate what I want to price them at, you know. Even when you think you don't put that much work into it, you do. You're either putting work in it or pieces of, you know, your items that you have in your stash. So it's kind of like hard to judge. That one's done. I'm trying to think of the other one, or if there's, you've seen the one with the ice cream scoop pocket. I think I'll do this one for you so you can see it, and then we'll be done. All right, now this one, it had circles in the kit, and then it had small tags, and I like this because it's got a butterfly, which is not here anywhere, and I've got this big bear area. So what I'm going to do, I'm gluing this down to where this can go inside, and so I'm going to be gluing it kind of like around the outside edge only, and then I'm able to get that tag in there wherever I need it to be. Just don't go too far up the side. All right, and then that's going to go dead center. And I like that this has a butterfly, and so does this. All right. Now, here we go. So the decoration for the front of that one's done. And I didn't need anything for the inside. See, it's got a beautiful little fence in there, so we're good there. All right, well, I'm going to continue and finish. I think I've showed you all the different things I need to show you. And I'll give you like a little flip through of them or something, you know, at a later date here. So thank you. Thank you for coming to visit. And I hope you come back again and get some more ideas. And everybody have a great day. Bye.